If you want to make 2025 the year that you absolutely glow up on every level, healthy eating, looking amazing with your body, feeling energized, vibrant, getting good sleep, balanced hormones, all of that, today we are diving into this topic and going through all the ways to touch on every point to be able to get you to glow up, have a full-on transformation, and have this be your year. First thing I'm going to talk about is diet, which I know is a loaded topic, and I don't like the word diet, but I don't know how else to describe what you eat every day. But what we eat and consume is so incredibly important, and it creates our energy. It's how we fuel ourselves, nourish and heal ourselves, or it's how we are poisoning ourselves. So it's such an important topic. As a health coach, this is something I really love sharing because I used to have limiting belief that healthy eating was gross, boring, bland food, and that I would be depriving myself, not have as much joy from food. And it's actually been the opposite experience. I really love to share this because it's something I never would have guessed, but I've become so passionate about food through eating healthier, and it's because I've learned how to cook and season, and I've gotten so much more passionate about just food in general. I feel like I used to just eat to live, and now I feel that I live to eat. First thing I want to mention with this is I'm specifically catering my videos to women, and what I have found works really well for women's health, and it's very different than men's health. Women, I do not think that intermittent fasting is good for us. I do think that in the evening we should stop eating very shortly after dinner, and we should have at least 10 to 12 hours of no eating until breakfast in the morning. So I do totally believe in that. 10 to 12 hours is great, but beyond that, I think it puts us into fight or flight, causes us to go into stress mode. And most of the women that I know that don't eat until later in the day are actually more overweight, puffy, swollen, and inflamed. And this is because your body goes into fight or flight. Your body is stressed. It never knows when it's going to be fed or given adequate nutrients, because then when it is fed, it's often just junk that's not even useful for the body. And so the major spikes and drops in the blood sugar, super stressful for the body, and it also makes you store fat more because your body's like, oh my gosh, when am I going to be fed? And it's just like holding on to what it can. So what I recommend is eating 3 balanced meals a day, prioritizing high fiber and high protein. These are so important for women's health and hormones and looking and feeling our absolute best. I do not believe in skipping breakfast or having caffeine or coffee on an empty stomach is an absolute no-go for me. So good for us. Switching from coffee to matcha was a huge game changer for me, and I visibly noticed such a huge improvement in my skin and the clarity of my skin, the glow of my skin, the health of my gut. My gut health was in a really rough spot when I was drinking coffee every day. Also was so anxious from coffee. It was literally debilitating to me almost, where I would get in these freeze states. I'm super sensitive to caffeine, so personally found that the anxiety that I got from coffee was completely not functional for me. And I know this is true for so many women, and so many people way over consume caffeine. For drinks, to completely cut out all lattes with any artificial sweeteners, syrups, sugary beverages of any kind, soda, energy drinks, I don't care where they're from, they're all nasty. If you want to glow up and look your best, these things are absolutely not helping your health. They're making you break out, making your skin not look good, they're screwing with your hormones, your energy levels, everything. So cut them out and your taste buds will adapt. So at first, if you are consuming energy drinks or lattes with lots of syrups, if it's artificial sugar, your taste buds are really acclimated to that high sweetness. And so when you first switch, you will have to have an adjustment period, but once you get past that part, it's so funny how just maple syrup or honey will feel so sweet in something, and those are a great alternative. So you can still add a little sweetness to drinks if you want to, just with better alternatives and in smaller doses. I would drink instead, like I said, I love organic ceremonial grade matcha is my absolute favorite. I think it is so good for you. It is full of so many antioxidants and it has L-theanine. It's just literally a powerhouse and tastes delicious. I do find that it's an acquired taste and you really want a super good quality one. I'll link my favorite ones below. I'm obsessed with herbal tea. I drink a lot of peppermint tea, chamomile tea, and you can add a little honey to it. It is so delicious. To wrap up the diet portion, I recommend learning how to eat more of a whole foods focused diet and cutting out any artificial ingredients or harmful food ingredients. And if you need help with support on this, recipes, how to grocery shop, how to meal plan, how to do all of this, I have created a free guide for you. It is my little grocery guide and it is packed full of so much stuff. I honestly could charge a lot for it and I probably should, but I just really want to get this information out into the world and make eating healthier easier for everybody. So if you want to grab this guide, I will have the link below. The next topic I want to cover is movement, which is so incredibly important for glowing up and looking and feeling your absolute best. If you want to get in the best shape of your life and you are a woman, listen to this. I used to try to do really high intensity forms of workouts and I found them ultimately unsustainable and it was still making me happy. I wasn't getting any results and I wasn't feeling better. And what I've discovered is that low impact movement is so much better for women's health. So what I personally recommend is going on walks every single day, hot yoga 1 time a week. You get such a great detoxification. I find yoga also just so incredible for my mind. I feel like a brand new person. Physically, mentally, emotionally, detox. Obsessed. And I highly recommend it. So do Pilates and strength training 4 times a week. I use the Form app. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I love how they really prioritize low impact movement. If you want to get an annual membership, I do have a discounted annual membership code and they also do a 1-week free trial, but it's just personally my favorite workout app that I've tried. I do a lot of strength training, which I have found to be my favorite way to work out. And they also incorporate Pilates in there as well. So it's a really great workout app, super affordable. A couple of hot yoga classes are how much it costs for a year. It's a great accessible way to be able to work out from anywhere. I like to do classes. I really love ClassPass and that's what I use to go to hot yoga with. You can use that and go to whatever workouts you want if you like to mix it up or if your favorite workout place is on there. I find that to be a really great app to use. Something that I started doing this summer that's been one of the most life-changing habits that I have on a daily basis. I've had so many manifestations come to fruition all because of this habit, and it is a morning glow hours. That's what I call it, but basically it's where I wake up earlier and I spend the first hour of my day doing manifestation and self-care practices. As soon as I started doing it, I started seeing so much growth towards the goals that I was setting where I was so stagnant prior to that. Things that I love to do during this time are EFT tapping. I love doing gratitude lists. And one of the most important parts of this is having your phone on Do Not Disturb. Set my phone on Do Not Disturb the night before. That way there is absolutely no distractions. There's no going on social media. Like a peaceful way to start your day. And I know an hour might seem excessive if you have to be at work earlier, so you could totally do 15, 20 minutes if that's all you have time for. Just do what works for you. The way that my days go and the way that I feel throughout the day when I do this and if I skip it, it's huge. The only way you're for sure gonna do it, I think, is if you get it done right away. Otherwise, things happen, the day flies by, and you're just not gonna do it. So that's why I think doing it in the morning is so important. If you really want more action steps on how to utilize this practice, I have a free guide on this 10 Days to Glow Up guide where I have outlined some of my favorite rituals and practices to get you glowing up. So I will put the link for that guide below. I definitely could not make this video on how to glow up and be the healthiest, happiest version of yourself without addressing sleep, because sleep is one of the absolute most important things for your mental health and it impacts everything. So getting good sleep is so important, and I personally know so many women, including myself, that have had major issues with getting good sleep. So I'm here to bring you all the tips to help you getting 8 to 9 hours a night if you can. But what you want to do is turn all lights off in the house, and you can have just candles or really warm reddish light and just low light settings at least 30 to 60 minutes before bed. I really aim for an hour and a half because I'm so sensitive. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, screens off, all screens, all TVs, all overhead lights, and just wind down, and that's the time that I like to read at night. Make sure I have a cool, comfortable sleep environment. Made my bed situation super comfortable. Good eye mask Said your sleep is literally everything. It's like one of the best anti-aging things out there is to just get good sleep. The worst thing you can do, looking and feeling your best, to not get good sleep. I also really love using lavender and eucalyptus at night. It really helps calm me and it makes me feel good going to sleep with my house smelling good, because with 2 dogs that can be a challenge. I also like to drink chamomile tea before bed, but not too late, otherwise I'm up peeing all night. So I try to have the tea at like 7:30. I highly recommend taking magnesium glycinate before bed. I personally started doing it a while back and it's so incredible how much it's helped me. And magnesium glycinate is specifically the one for helping with good quality sleep and lowering stress. And then on the flip side, in the morning, I definitely recommend taking a vitamin D supplement, because it's hard to get adequate vitamin D. Even as someone who gets a lot of sunshine, I still can tend to be lower in vitamin D, so I would definitely say supplementing is always a good idea. The thing I am super passionate about for women's health is cutting out artificial fragrance from your life and home and products as much as you possibly can. I don't wear artificial fragrance perfume. I try to avoid it in anything that I possibly can. I don't burn artificial fragrance candles or room sprays or any of that, and thank goodness there are so many amazing alternatives to all of those products that are made with pure essential oils, which smell so much better. When you cut out artificial fragrance, your nose adapts. Just like everything I've said, it's so interesting how your senses really do adapt. When you cut out toxic crap, using these products is super disruptive to our hormones. So if you're struggling with hormonal imbalances, this is like one of the most important things that you could do. You start adding all this up, you can see how it so quickly could really start to impact your health of your body, your body's ability to detoxify all of the products that you're putting on. I do have a Substack article I plan on writing on personal care products that I would recommend for all these, but you can also look at all of my Amazon and shop my pages, because that stuff's all totally good. I also just wrote one on Substack on all of my favorite non-toxic holistic home essentials, so cleaning products, all of that smell amazing from pure essential oils only and natural ingredients. Last but certainly not least is stop looking for quick fixes. They don't exist. Supplements or greens powders is not going to transform your health like you're hoping it will. It's down to the foundations of your health. Like I mentioned, eating a balanced, healthy, whole foods rich diet, moving our bodies every single day, whether it's just a walk or a Pilates class, strength training, yoga. Just move your body. It is so important and keeps your energy flowing. If you feel fatigued and tired, that means you need to move your body. Start small, start slow, and build yourself up. The more that I exercise and move, the more energy I have, and the more that I sit, the more tired and fatigued I am. Sleep, stress management. A lot of the stress management stuff I shared was the exercising in aligned low impact ways is really, really good for stress management. Taking walks in nature, really good for lowering stress levels. Reading before bed has been shown to improve sleep quality or stress levels or something. I'm sure it does all of it. I just saw someone sharing how it was like a crazy percentage of reading before bed improved your well-being. Morning glow hour and implementing rituals like EFT tapping, reading books that are going to make you a happier, healthier version of yourself, breathwork, meditation, all of these things are incredible stress management techniques. I could talk about this topic endlessly, which is pretty much what I do all the time, but if you need more resources, you want more ways to glow up, show up as the healthiest, happiest version of yourself, and make 2025 the year that you absolutely feel it and just show up as the most gorgeous, glowy, beautiful, aligned, high vibe version of yourself, then make sure to follow me on all social platforms. I'm sharing information every single day to help you become the best version of yourself. Always more than welcome to recommend topics for me to cover. Make sure to like and subscribe.